is Unique with UniqueTravels.tv.
And Kris.
And we're coming to you today because one of our great subscribers has asked us a bunch of questions. So shout out to Ayana for sending us some really great questions on YouTube. So question number 1, are living conditions bad in China compared to Western standards, of course? What would you say about this?
By living conditions, I'm not sure what you might be specifically asking, but the air quality is
Poor.
an adjustment.
It's way different from America. The nicest city here is worse than any city in the United States as far as air pollution.
We take vitamin C pills every day.
Yes, I take $3,000 per pill. No, 1,000 milligram per pill vitamin C. So that's 3,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C that I take, especially on school days, because they don't cover their mouths. They constantly are picking their noses, boogers, and playing with them.
They hawk and spit on the side of the street.
Yes, everywhere. One of my foreign teachers at my school said he went to the beach. They do have beaches in Shenzhen because we're at the very bottom of Hong Kong. And he said there was all these spitballs as he was walking, and he got freaked out because he was walking with no shoes on and he couldn't wait to leave. He said he wouldn't get in the water. It didn't look clean. And if they spit on the sand, I'm sure they spit in there too. So just know. More like as far as living conditions, we had a bug problem like roaches when we first moved in. And we don't really see them that much anymore because I be like spraying. I spray a lot.
Bruh, she be spraying everything. Like the table that is right in front of us. Almost every other night when we first got here, she would just come here and just spray the whole table. And then she'd get mad because I come and wipe it off before we eat and stuff. She'd be like, I hope you're wiping that in and not away because...
Exactly. I want it there. I want them dead. So...
But I want to eat on the table.
I want them dead. So when we talk to a few other people who live here and watch other videos and things like that, they said that it's normal to have really bad bugs. All the apartments are super, super close together on these tall buildings. So, you know, they travel. Even if you're clean and you don't have a problem, they come up through the pipes. One of our friends told us that. She told us to pour bleach down there to try to cut down the problem. And when she actually talked to her landlord laughed and said, oh, everyone has roaches, you know. And I'm just like, what? Even in McDonald's, like food places, the school.
Right, we live above, I think we live above a food place or some kind of little shop. Yeah. And a lot of times, things that we've discovered we dislike about China, people just like, oh, that's China.
Exactly.
That's a common phrase now.
That is an issue as far as living conditions are concerned. Like I said in the previous video, there's no shower door. There's just a pole in a room with a shower head on it in the bathroom, so your whole bathroom gets wet when you take a shower. Little things like that. We do have a Western toilet, thank God for that. But at the schools, there are no Western toilets. There's only these holes in the ground, which is always a traumatic experience for me. Every time I have to go, I try to hold it till I get home, but some days I just can't because, you know, it's hot, so I be drinking water. I try to drink a little bit, but you know, there's the days where I just be drinking. I'm like, oh no, I drank too much today, and I end up having to go to the bathroom, and I just hate it so much.
And everything is smaller, portion, everything. Like when we got our refrigerator finally, I don't know, I'm not sure if you posted a picture of it or anything, but when it came, she wasn't here and I was here by myself and I was like,
what the hell is this? For real.
What is this? And I mean, it's just the two of us, so it's working out fine because we buy most things daily because they sell fresh food, so we prefer the fresh stuff, but it's smaller than we expected.
It's like a mini fridge. Okay, imagine a mini fridge, like a full-size mini fridge with a freezer compartment, like a separate freezer underneath. That's your refrigerator. And so when we posted it in one of the WeChat groups, people were like, oh yeah, that's normal. And they put up their pictures of their refrigerator and it looked just like ours. So obviously it's a China thing.
Again,
I don't know.
Oh, that's China.
Yeah, exactly.
Today we finally bought butter.
Like stick butter?
And I was like, I wish it like what we would buy like in a 4-pack, that one little stick is what they sell. Or they sell the little containers like what you might get at a Waffle House or something to go places. But I was just like, what's the rest of it?
Exactly. So the next question, are we enjoying ourselves so far? I would say in the beginning I was really ready to go. I was telling her let's move to Vietnam. We had job offers for Vietnam, so I wasn't really feeling China when I first got here. And now it's been like 3 weeks and I'm sitting into the groove. You know, we started our job. This was we just finished our first week teaching. And it's kind of, you know, it's okay. So it's growing on me slowly but surely. And I've dropped the whole Vietnam thing for now. And, you know, so that's what I'll say about that.
In my opinion, I'm still not sure. I'm just like, we just watch movies in our apartment and go to work right now. Yesterday we went out for drinks with some of my coworkers.
Some other foreign teachers.
Yeah, from
Shout out to Victoria
England.
And Noel.
Yeah, British teachers. And it was cool. I had a glass of wine. She had a Corona.
Yeah, they have Corona, so I did have a Corona beer, and it was 28 RMB, which I didn't put in my conversion calculator, but, you know, Victoria had one bottle of something, and it was like $100. A beer.
It was
like
70 something.
It was a lot.
Too much.
RMB.
But the one little wine I had, it gave me a buzz, and Unique drunk her whole Corona, so...
Yes,
it wasn't a waste, but I was still just like, yeah, we don't really drink, so that wasn't that exciting. And we had some wraps from down the street. They were pretty good. They just had like chicken and a few vegetables, some eggs in there.
Now, let me tell you about this, you guys. They're always trying to cheat foreigners. So the first time we went and got a wrap, it was 22 RMB altogether. So $12 each. No, 24 RMB, so $12 each. Then we went back later that night after we had our drinks. We went to go get another one because it's like a little slim wrap. It's not like a burrito or anything. It's like really like a taquita from Quick Trip or something. It's like one of those. And they upped the price by $1 per wrap. And we're like, we just came here like 2 hours ago and it was 24 and now it's 26. And we just paid it and walked off. And I don't plan on going back there because I'm like, what? But it
was good.
I don't care. They do that. They try to
maybe the hour
lie and haggle you and up the prices because you're not Chinese and yada yada yada. But you could at least remember my face to give me the same price I had.
It's not many of us
2 hours ago. Like it made no sense. But are we adjusting? That was another question. Yes, we're adjusting. You know, it's getting better. We borrowed a bunch of DVDs from one of our friends, Nicole, like 50 DVDs. We're down to like the last few now. We have like 5 left, so we're supposed to actually meet her tomorrow and she's going to take us to the place where she buys the DVDs, so that'll be cool. So we could go, you know, just get our own and we'll return the ones we borrowed. There's a movie theater downstairs actually from us. They usually play mostly Chinese movies, but right now they have one English movie, but it's My Big Friendly Giant or Big Friendly Giant, so we're probably not going to go see that. But on the 20th they're going to have Mechanic 2, so it'll be in English with Chinese subtitles, so we'll go check that out. So, you know, we're trying to find little things that we would normally do at home to do here. And how's the water as far as bathing and cooking? The water is harder on your skin, but we just use lotion and shea butter. Like, this is my lotion right here that I brought, you know, Lubriderm Advanced Therapy. And we have like a bunch of big things of shea butter that we got from Walmart.
Sorry guys,
so
I had to adjust my hand.
Yeah, we're using the selfie stick but holding it by hand, so it might be a little jittery. And so yeah, we just use that every day, and I haven't had, you know, many problems like with dry skin or anything. Just put lotion on, put your shea butter on every day and you'll be okay. But yes, the water is harder. You cannot drink it. So when you're cooking with it or whatever, you have to boil it first. Like we bought some ice trays from America when we came, and you have to boil the water first before you can freeze it.
And it worked out well. I poured the boiling water into the ice tray, and they froze fine. Yeah,
so you know, but everyone has to do that. It's everywhere in China. You have to boil your water. So everyone has a tea kettle. We bought a tea kettle when we arrived. So you just have to boil your water for cooking or whatever. China, is it a good place to start in your, you know, traveling, teaching career?
If you don't have patience, then no. Because And I would say when you talk to people, get everything in writing so that you have evidence, because they'll say one thing and then you'll be like, okay, we'll agree on that. And then like the next day they'll be like, I didn't say that, and it'll be like 2 people witnessed you saying that.
We've been dealing with that a lot. So they'll say one thing and then do another thing, and then they'll try to act like they never said it. They're just like, you just can't trust them. So like when you get a contract, the foreign teacher at my school, he got a contract. The one he signed before he came, when he got here, they gave him another one all in Chinese to sign. He just signed it, not thinking it was the same contract. He had it translated to English. It wasn't the same contract at all. They took away all his benefits they offer in the original contract that they sent him. So you have to just watch out for that. There are really shady people. So, like I said about the money and how they try to up us $1 for the same wrap that we just ordered 2 hours ago. That's I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but every Chinese person, when they talk to me, I just feel like they're lying now. And you can't trust them. So, just take my advice. But if you don't have any experience, you don't have a teacher's license, like certified with the United States, not just like a TEF or a CELTA or something like we have, but an official teacher's license, then I would say China is a good place to start as far as money is concerned. And that's the reason it brought me. I wasn't for Chinese people, it wasn't for Chinese culture, it was for the money. That's why I'm here. So if you're thinking about it in a money aspect, then yes, it's a good place to get started. But if you can go somewhere else, go somewhere else.
And you don't need a lot of experience to start.
Don't
come in thinking, oh, I need to know, like, when we get CELTA, we're like, oh my God, why do we need to know so much grammar? I was looking for apps and books and everything. But we're teaching kids and they don't know anything. Even what the teachers, their English teachers have taught
Chinese.
It's just like you have to make corrections, or you just have to do simple things like costume. What is a costume? Basically pretending and playing with that for 3 different lessons. Like
for them to get it, and then they still might not get it.
And they still sit there like, I don't know.
Yeah, so there's no grammar. Like for my first lesson for 6th grade, I wanted to teach adjectives. I asked the head English teacher at my school, who's Chinese, of the English department. So yeah, I want to teach them adjectives. You think they're gonna know what an adjective is? She's like, what's an adjective? And I'm like, noun, verb, adjective. She's like, oh yeah, but I could tell she didn't know, and I just left it alone, but I knew she didn't know what the hell I was talking about. When I got to class, everyone, when I wrote down adjective, they looked at me like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, it's a word that describes. What's described? It's just too much, you guys. Like, you gotta dumb it way down, like slow motion in this piece, like for real.
And don't worry too much about following your lesson plan, because you're going to spend most of your time trying to get them to be quiet, and because it's 40 to 50, it could be up to 60 students in a classroom. So most of the time, even they may not realize it, but it's so many of them in this little box that they're going to be loud, and in order for you to talk, you need to get a microphone.
Yeah, so I was lucky my school gave me one.
I'm still waiting on a microphone.
She hasn't gotten one yet, but one of the teachers, the head of the English department, she's pregnant, and she's like 7 months, so she doesn't teach classes anymore. She just sits at her desk all day. So she gave me her microphone, so she's not using it. But Kris is still waiting on her, so you're constantly yelling because there's so many kids, and your voice will end up giving out on you or hurting in the long run just from having to constantly say, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, stop talking, stop talking. It's like I feel like a broken record every day, okay? And in your contract, it might say, oh, you're going to get a teaching assistant that's going to help you and it's going to know English. A bilingual teaching assistant. Lies. Her teaching assistant doesn't understand any English. I don't even have a teaching assistant.
It's at least 3 of my assistants that don't know any English. And then, even if the kids get loud, I'm obviously like, be quiet, calm down, let's stop and readjust ourselves. They'll be just sitting there with their mean face on, but not doing anything. One of my classes, the teacher and one of the students were like having their own little altercation in the back, and I was just like, okay. But I had it under control. I only had one class that I have to get a little loud with, but other than that, I've been managing.
I have to get loud with all my classes. I do not have a teaching assistant at all, not a non-speaking English one or Chinese, nothing. It's just me. So I'm in there, and half of them don't understand what I'm saying, but they understand be quiet. I say that a lot. So, and I go shh, shh when they try to act like they don't understand. They know what this means. But, all right. And how's our first week been teaching? It's been good. Like, in the beginning, I was like, I don't like my school. I don't want to go back there, you know, because they make me stay from 8 to 5. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I only had 3 classes a day. Sometimes only 2. Mind you, they're only 40 minutes a class. So some days I'm done at like 11:50. And I had to stay there till 5 o'clock. Desk warming, staring at my computer, fake making stuff or whatever. I just be doing WeChat like the rest of the teachers or whatever, because they have like it on your computer and stuff, and I be texting Kris or talking to Rakim on WeChat or whatever. I mean, I have nothing to do. Kris is lucky because at her school, when she doesn't have class, she doesn't have to be there. So if she doesn't have class starting until 11, she don't have to be there till 11. If her last class is over at 3, she can leave at 3. I have to stay there. I've left early like 4 days this week. I was just like, I'm not staying here. So me and the other foreign teacher, Oliver, we both just like, oh, we're just going to go. Even on Fridays, we got to approve to leave. I told them I was taking Chinese lessons. So they said, oh, you can leave at 3:50. Mind you, my class is over at 2:50. So I'm like, why do I have to stay a whole extra hour to do nothing? So we just left anyway. Like, you could talk to me about it if you want, but I'm leaving. I don't see the point. What about you? How was your first week, man?
I technically didn't have a whole first week yet. I only did 2 days of teaching, and it was good. The kids are more intrigued by what I'm trying to tell them than being naughty, as they would say, except one of the classes. And in the office, I'll just talk to Unique, or I'm making PowerPoints, starting my lesson for whatever next class, because I have to do 2 lesson plans a week, because I see the same class twice a week. So
yeah, I only see the same class once a week, but she only has 1 grade, so I have to make 3 lesson plans, even though I only see them once a week, because I have 4th, 5th, and 6th grade classes. So, but I only have 14 classes, where she has 16. You have 16? She has 16, but she gets to leave before me, so it's like I would rather have more classes, get the hell on, than having to have less classes and just sit at a desk the whole time. And then everyone takes naps, mind you. Lunchtime, the whole China, I guess, all take lunch at the same time, from 12 to 2. Some schools are 2:30, 11:45ish, whatever. They're on lunch, and they have cots for the teachers to go to sleep. They have sheets, pillows. They lock the door, turn off the lights, and they take naps in the middle of the day. Like everybody, like, so me and Oliver, we just walk around and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to take a nap, you know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But after a while, I see why, because it's tiring. It's tiring saying be quiet over and over and over.
And back to her first question about adjusting or living conditions, things that people did not tell us, but we found out.
No fitted sheets. There's no fitted sheets in China.
That was my first thing I was to say. They do not have fitted sheets. You should bring your own fitted sheets.
Bring movies. You'll be bored.
Bring things that you like to watch. You know, if you can download some series on a jump drive or a disc or whatever, bring those. Like, bring stuff to watch, because we don't have. I mean, even if we had cable, it would be in Chinese, so we don't know any Chinese. That would be pointless. But
we don't even have cable, so our TV goes when we turn the channel.
And the internet is crap. We asked a few people, and they're like, "Oh, I just stream movies," but the internet is not good enough to be watching movies all day long.
Unless you get up early in the morning.
We had to get up.
So we had to get up at 8 o'clock this morning to watch Empire and How to Get Away with Murder on Hulu. Because after a certain time, so many people are on it, I guess you're sharing, so it just doesn't work. It just will constantly have you rolling, man. And you just don't get through. I might take over an hour trying to watch an episode of The Simpsons, and I didn't even finish it. I just gave up. So we learn now, watch it in the morning, which means we only can do it on weekends because we're at work during the weekday. And another thing, if there's a holiday, don't take it as a holiday, because you have to make that time up. So they had a holiday last week. So this week, I started work on Sunday, and I did a 6-day week. The other teachers started on Saturday, so they had to do a 7-day week to make up the days that they missed for a holiday. The students got to show up to school and everything on Saturday and Sunday to make up for the holiday. It's crazy. So remember these things, you guys. But our video is almost 20 minutes long. So like, subscribe, share, UniqueTravels.tv. And this is for Ayana, and I appreciate all your questions. They're really great.